everyone, we are on Big Piney Creek down at Fort Douglas, Arkansas, and we are going to be going to the Car Wash Falls, then to the Union Schoolhouse, then to Bub's Cabin, and hopefully to end the day at the Oark Cafe, where me and my wife have been wanting to go. And so that is our plan today on this trip. And we hope to bring you some videos of the Car Wash Falls and of our trip up through Piney Creek and back up the mountain. And I hope everybody has had a great weekend so far, and hope you enjoy the video. right, guys, we have made it to the Union Schoolhouse. We're gonna go inside and take some pictures and videos of the inside of some of you guys that have not got to see this before. And a very beautiful place. There's lots of these old schoolhouses still exist in the Ozarks still, and luckily this one is still open to where you can go inside and see it. Everybody's, so far as I know, have always been very respectable to this place. It was built back in 1929. It used to exist before it got into a fire and was rebuilt, and so I believe it was a Mason's Lodge and / schoolhouse. So a lot different than most Mason lodges. I think were usually just, that's all they were for, but this one was kind of shared, I believe, but I don't know about all that, but usually that's what I've always heard. So anyways, we're going to go inside and take a look at this and show you the beauty of this old schoolhouse that has been well preserved. This is some of the old maps that have been put back inside the schoolhouse, and of course you got pictures of the presidents up there, and George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, and an old clocks stuff. Pretty neat. And in here you've got a case are some pictures of the some of the old structures that are near this area. You got the Devil's Knob Fire Lookout Tower pictures and stuff like that. And then you have the some old stuff that you would have seen in school back in the day. Some old records, some old hymnal books in here as well, which a lot of the old churches were in the schoolhouses back in those days. We also here have some of the pictures of the Dr. and Mrs. S.N. Graves. So lots of history inside of this. Some of the old deed papers as well, I believe, to the school. Got the school desks. You even have the old wood stove over here in the corner, which is absolutely awesome. It's so neat to see those kind of stoves. And of course you have the chalkboards, and you can write your name on those chalkboards. We had ours here somewhere, I'm not sure where, but they're here. This is another room, and the big glass windows and some more chalkboards. So there's plenty of places to come and put your name on the chalkboards, which if you're going to write your name here, put it on a chalkboard. Don't write it on nothing else. This here goes to an upstairs where my wife, the first time we came here, she stepped on a board and it squeaked. And I thought she was like gonna freak out because I guess she thought the floor was gonna fall through, but it was funny. Get up here. I'm trying not to be so shaky with this. But again, up here you kind of got this other room upstairs. Just an absolute beautiful old, well-preserved schoolhouse. We've got the wood stove with the cooking tops on it, which make the best beans in the world. And cornbread. I think you can cook everything on a wood stove and it always tastes better. Kind of like cooking it in a cast iron skillet, it always tastes better. Then here we got the some stuff about the Mason Lodge that was here. You have a Bible here as well, in that as well. So very awesome schoolhouse for sure. All right, folks, we're going to get ready to leave the Union Schoolhouse and get ready to head over to Bub's cabin. If I can get down these stairs without knocking my head off, because these kind of sit a little bit low. Being 6'2", they're not quite height friendly for the tall folks. So anyways, we are going to get ready to head over to Bub's cabin. Go look at it. It is like a mid 1800s cabin, very beautiful. A guy named Bub owns it, and he lets the people come there to look at it. Again, it's another very historical place, very beautiful place. We like going there as well. So guys, I will see you all in a little bit when we get there. One more thing before I got ready to leave. I want you all to check out this outhouse. I know that's funny, an outhouse. Who would get excited about an outhouse? Because most people try to run away from an outhouse, but this is the most like well-designed outhouse I've ever saw in my life. I mean, the wood's treated. You've got 2 toilets, you know, inside this thing. I mean, it's a lot different than you typically see in your typical outhouse, but hey, it is like the most well-kept, cleaned up outhouse I ever saw. You got hand sanitizer, you got toilet paper. I mean, it really is. It's like, you usually don't see them this nice. You know, back in the day, you know, if you had one, you even have electricity out here to use a light switch if you had to use the bathroom. So, absolutely, the coolest outhouse that I've ever saw. That's like really tidied up. Still cold, ain't got no heat in it, so yeah, you might get stuck to the wood on a real cold morning. But anyway, here's the back of the schoolhouse right here, and just absolutely beautiful schoolhouse for sure. All right, guys, I'm gonna get Okay, we have made it to Bub's cabin, and I'm going to take some video from inside of this beautiful cabin that is here. There's a real pretty barn right over there. There's the cabin right there. So, and it also, you've seen it at the schoolhouse logo. I talked about the outhouse. This one has an outhouse too. I guess all the old places had outhouses because there wasn't no outdoor plumbing back in those days. We're spoiled today. If we had to do that, most people wouldn't even think about it. But anyway, in today's world. But anyway, let's go inside and let's take a look at this beautiful cabin. Now, here is how you open the door. Watch this. Pull on the rope and the door will come open. So, really, really neat. Here's the fireplace inside. Just absolutely beautiful. Still got the bed in here, some clothes, some long johns hanging over there, which would definitely be appropriate as cold as it was this morning. But absolutely beautiful little cabin. And I'm so glad that they leave it open where we get to come and see it. Everybody gets to see the history of this little cabin. The one thing that gets me is the stairs. I mean, I don't know if you can really tell, but it is narrow. I think it's like only 1.5 feet wide. Then you can go up those stairs up to the room, which has a couple of beds that are corn husk mattresses. So definitely set for the times, for sure. You can go into here, and this is the kitchen. You can see the table. It still has the little oil lamp on the table. And the cook stove is right there. I don't know if you can really tell because it's kind of dark in here. But that is the cook stove. A little bitty cabinet over there. And the mirror and stuff. Just absolutely beautiful little cabin for sure. And you can see the walls here. Some of the paper. That's how they like plastered it to the wall to keep the air from leaking through the walls and stuff. It was a form of insulation. Any old magazines or papers that they could use. So, pretty neat. It has all the history of what an old cabin would be, for sure. It's absolutely beautiful. Here's a different look at the fireplace. And we'll go take a look outside. Back, down, and everything. Get this just right. There we go. Make sure I get it locked back. This is around back. You see the old chimney for the fireplace that we just looked at. Absolutely beautiful view. Got the old cellar out back like you typically used to see. They used to have the old root cellars. They would keep their foods down inside of it, keep things cool. They used to store potatoes and stuff like that, I believe, down in them old cellars, and onions, things like that, canned goods. Just an absolute beautiful place here for sure. I'm so glad that they let us all the public, get to come and still look at it. Just as long as people treat it with respect. There's the old barn over there as well. So absolutely beautiful. All right, guys, we are now fixing to leave Bub's cabin and we are fixing to head to the Oark Cafe. But before we get to the Oark Cafe, we get to go have a little fun in the mud. Fixing to have some video you're going to see here in just a little bit of some major mud holes. It's fun. It's the most technical thing we've been on all day today for sure, but we went through there once, absolutely had a blast. Lots of mud, big deep water holes, and a couple creek crossings. And then we will join you again when we get to the Oark Cafe. We have made it to the Oark Cafe. And it's open today. So it's a good day. All right, guys, we are now going to be heading home. We stopped and had lunch at the Oark Cafe. Absolutely awesome burger. We got some pie because there's no way in the world that I could eat a piece of pie after that burger. So anyways, had a great time today. I hope everybody has enjoyed the video. And toward the end, I'm going to be talking a little bit about, I'm going to post the brochure, the advertisement for the Jasper Jeep Jam. I'll be putting that on there. That'll be up in Jasper, Arkansas at the Newton County Fairgrounds. I think it's March the 14th, 15th, and 16th, if my memory serves me correct. And anyways, it's the first time we've ever had that. And super excited to be able to see that in our community for sure. The city of Jasper, Lisa and all them down there have really tried to put all that together and put a lot of time into it, I can tell. And so anyways, I will be putting that up toward the end of this video so all of you guys can see that as well if you're interested in coming to that. It would be awesome. It's going to be a Jeep Jam and Overland Rally. So going to be a lot of good stuff going on there. I think recovery classes, off-roading classes, things like that going on. Just a whole bunch of stuff and all that will be listed up on that brochure for that. So anyways, guys, that's all I've got for this trip, guys. And thank you all for going with us. And until our next adventure, I will talk to you guys later.